Namaste everyone, I am Gyan and you are watching the session 4 of Java and Web, Methods as Flow of Control. In this video, we will learn about the various return values possible with the return statement of a method for the given return type in the method definition. Look at this graph. If the return type of the method definition is the successor node of this graph, then we can return the data type of the predecessor node or the same data type. That means if the return type in the method definition is the long data type, then the return statement can contain byte, short, integer, character and long data type to return. In this case, the return statement cannot contain float or double data type, otherwise the compiler will throw the error. So that's what it has been written here. If the return type of the method is the successor node of the above directed graph, then the return type in the return statement can be any predecessor node or the same node. If the return type in the method definition is byte, then only byte can be returned from the method. That means the return statement in that method can contain only variables, constants or an expression which results in byte. We cannot return the short, character or any other data type from that method. Let me check this rule practically. Here you can see the return type in the method definition is float and we are trying to return the double. We are adding here variables of type double x and y which results in double and that double we want to return. But the return type in the method definition is float. And according to this graph, if the return type of the method definition is float, then we cannot return the double. Only the predecessor nodes can be returned. Means if the return type in the method definition is float, then the return statement can contain variables, literals or any expression which result in byte, short, character, integer, long and float. We cannot return the double from that method. So that's how at this time the compiler will throw the error. Let me try this code practically in a Java program. Open return type value.java and this is the code. Here we are calling the method add from the argument of system.out.println. The first actual argument 5 to the method add gets copied in the double variable x. The second actual argument 6 to the method add gets copied in the double variable y. Finally x and y gets added to return the value and that value has been printed here. But the data type of this result is double because x and y both are double. And since the return type of this method is float, that's how the compiler will result an error. Let me try to compile this code. Java C return type value.java. Compiler throws an error, incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from double to float. In the return statement x plus y, we are returning double but the return type is float. This case is good. Here we have the return type is double and we are calling the method add using two character literals. Since the character literal can be copied in the double variable, that's how the Unicode of the capital A gets copied in the double variable x. 65.0 gets copied in the double variable x and 66.0 gets copied in the double variable y. Here we are adding two double variables which will result in the type double and the return type of this method is also double. So we can easily return the value here. Let me try this code in a Java program. Open return type value.java and write here character literal capital A. Write here character literal capital B and make the return type as double. Save and compile it. Java C return type value.java. Compiles fine, then run it. Java return type value. It runs fine, printing 131.0. 65 plus 66 is equal to 131 and represented as double, so it prints 131.0. Here you can see we are adding two character variables in the return statement and the return data type of this method is short. Here look at this case. We have the character variable x and character variable y and then in the return statement we are adding x plus y. When we add two character variables, then the result will be in integer because the data type of the result will be maximum of integer, type of x and type of y. We already seen this type of problems in the session 2 of Java and Web. So this expression x plus y results in the integer data type and the return type in the method definition is the short data type. Here the method cannot return an integer value if the return type in the method definition is short. You can see in the graph the short is coming before integer. So if the return value is integer, we cannot return the short because the short is not the successor of integer. That's how in this case the compiler will throw an error. Let me try this code practically in a Java program. Open return type value.java and this is the code. Here we are calling the method with the character literal a and b. A gets copied into the character variable x and b gets copied into the character variable y. And after that we are adding x plus y, which results in integer. But the return type of this method is sort. That's how the compiler will throw in error. Let me try to compile this code. Java C return type value.java. Compiler throws an error, incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from integer to sort in the return statement x plus y. Let me try to change the code. Let me typecast the data type of the result of x plus y to character. Let's change the code and typecast the expression x plus y to the character. Right here char. We want to typecast whole expression, not only x. So result of whole expression gets typecasted to character. Now can we return the character value if the return type is sort? Answer is no. We cannot return the character value if the return type is sort, because let's look at the graph. In this graph you can see that there is no connection between sort and character. So we cannot return the value sort if the return type is character, and we cannot return the character if the return type is sort. There is no connection between character and sort. And similar is the case with byte and character. We cannot return the character if the return type is byte, and we cannot return the byte if the return type is character, because there is no connection between byte and character also. You can see in this graph there is no connection between byte and character, and there is no connection between sort and character. That's how this code will result in error. Let me save and compile this code. Java C return type value.java. Compiler throws an error, incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from character to sort in this statement. Now let's change the code again and write here character. Now the return type is character, and I want to return the sort data type. Change the result of the expression to sort. Now try to compile it. Java C return type value.java. Compiler throws the error again, incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from sort to character. Initial was the character to sort, and now it is sort to character in this return statement. If I check it on byte, if I write here byte and I want to return character, then it will throw an error. Let me save and compile it. Java C return type value.java. Compiler throws an error, incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from character to byte. And again, let me change the code. Write here character. Change it to byte. Write here byte. Let me try to compile it. Java C return type value.java. Compiler throws an error, incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from byte to character in this statement. So if the return type is character, then we cannot return the byte. Look at this code. Here we are adding two character variables, and adding two character variables results in the type integer. But that integer has been converted into type character by typecasting on the result of the expression. You can see here finally we are returning the character data type. And return type in the method definition is the float. If the return type in the method definition is float, then we can easily return the character data type. That's how this code results fine and print 131.0 in float. You can see the graph here. Float is the successor of the character. And if the successor is the return type of the method, then we can easily return the predecessor or same type. That's how if the return type in the method definition is float, then we can easily return byte, sort, character, integer, long and float. So in this case, it will print 131.0. Let me try this code practically in a Java program. Open return type value.java and write here float. Typecast the result of this expression to character. Now we are returning the character, but the return type is float and we can easily return it. Let me save and compile it. Java C return type value.java. Compiles fine, then run it. Java return type value. It runs fine and printing 131.0. You can see here, if you return here just character literal capital A, then it will print 65.0. We are not adding x and y. Here we are just returning character literal capital A, whereas the return type of the method is float. Let me save and compile it. Java C return type value.java. Compiles fine, clear the screen. Java return type value. It runs fine, printing 65.0. Because the Unicode of A is 65 and that has been converted to float, that's how we are printing 65.0. We already have seen that if the return type is character, then we cannot return the integer. Here we are adding two sort variables and we know that adding two sort variables result in integer. So adding x plus y results in the integer data type and we cannot return the integer data type if the return type of the method is character. If you are not getting how adding x plus y results in integer, then you must have to watch the session 2 of Java and Web. Here we are adding two character variables to result in integer, but that result has been typecasted to character again. So finally we are returning the character data type, but the return type of the method is sort. And we know that we cannot return the character if the return type of the method is sort. That's how the compiler will throw an error. This is a task for you to apply this code in a Java program. And similarly we cannot do here. If the return type of a method is character, then the return value should not return sort. Here both variables x and y are of sort type and the result of the addition is integer. This integer then typecasted to sort and we are trying to return the sort value. And we know that the sort value cannot be returned from a method whose return type is character. That's how the compiler throws an error. This is a task for you to apply this code in a Java program. Here in this method, the method add is trying to return the byte data type. The two integer variable gets added to result in the integer data type and then this result has been typecasted to byte data type. So finally this method is trying to return the byte data type and return type of this method is sort. So we can return the byte data type if the return type of the method is sort. 30 gets copied into the integer variable x, 35 gets copied into the integer variable y. Finally we are adding 30 plus 35 results in 65 in integer that has been typecasted to byte and finally we are returning the byte 65 from the method add and return type of method add is sort. Since sort is the successor of byte, so return of this method is absolutely correct. This is again a task for you to apply this code in a Java program. But if the return type is byte, we cannot return the sort because the sort is the successor of byte. That's how we have to write the successor here, predecessor here. And in this case we did the reverse. So in this case the compiler will throw an error, possible lossy conversion from sort to byte. Here you can see the return type is character and we are returning the byte. Since there is no connection between byte and character, so we cannot return byte if the return type is character, or we cannot return the character if the return type is byte. We already seen this. So that's how in this case also the compiler will throw an error. This is a task for you to apply this code in a Java program. That's all for this video guys. Don't forget to like and share this video, subscribe this channel if you are new and leave your valuable comments in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.